I've received a new laser engraver, and it might be just the best one yet. Awesome frame and design, a lot of safety features, but the best of all, incredible laser power and precision. Could this machine cut through 2 cm of hard wood? Well, stick till the end to find out that, and also how to use a lot of the features such as the easy install of the roller axis for cylinder prints, control and print directly from your smartphone, engrave huge designs, easy laser focus, also you can cut wood, leather, acrylic, and also be able to engrave over clear glass. So check this video in case that you want to get the same product, and I hope that my review will help you make a general idea. So guys, let's get started. What's up my friends, welcome back. Today I have yet another laser engraver into my workshop, so let's check out the new Orter Laser Master 3. Let's start with what you receive inside of the box, and that should be quite quick. Basically you get the frame made out of 5 metal parts. And these have a great design by the way. And then you get the laser module. Together with all this you get a manual, you get some wires, connectors and nuts, you get some belts, and also some tools together with some safety glasses. Obviously you also get a beefy power supply to go with this machine. This supply is of 24 volts. And that's basically all that you receive when you buy this machine. Using the QR code you can get some very easy instructions. And the manual is very complete with all the steps and with some great illustrations. Assembling this machine only took me a few minutes. It's pretty straightforward. You pass some belts, then you join the metal sides together, insert the moving axis and add the screws. The pieces lock in very well, so it will be a perfect square. Finally connect the belts, which is also very easy. Now add the tip of the laser module. And then we place that unit in place. And we also add all the wires, just as in the instruction manual. And just like that the machine is ready. Connect the power supply and in just a few minutes we have the machine ready to go. The laser unit has a small foot and this is used to focus the laser spot. So just extend the foot, unscrew the laser unit and start lowering till you touch the surface that you want to engrave. So now connect it to a PC using the USB connector, run the needed app and there you go, we could now engrave. But before the test, let me tell you a few specs. First of all, the engraving area is of 400 by 400 mm, which is more than enough for me. And second of all, the laser unit. It is a dual laser module, so basically it means that it has 2 lasers inside, merged into one spot. It is advertised to output 10 watts of true power, and be able to cut through 30 mm of black acrylic or 20 mm of pine wood. But the best feature is probably the air assist tube. It has a prepared nozzle and on the top we have an input for the air assist. Air assist is very important and could improve your cut a lot. I don't have a compressor right now, but if you have one, it will be easy to connect and have a jet of air at the output of the nozzle. I really like that they went a lot more professional and got rid of those aluminum profiles and made their own metal frame. It is a lot easier to assemble, it assures you that the angles are perfectly squared, and it also has a way more professional look. And since the entire machine and the moving axis is a lot lighter, it can move faster, up to 20,000 mm per minute, and that's more than enough for me. It's faster than the other models that I have. The laser precision and the focal spot is of 0.05 by 0.1 mm, so you can get better details. It also has Wi-Fi, an SD card and USB connection. And one of the best parts is that you could use this machine with a great app, and we will check that in just a moment, and print directly from our smartphone. This app is actually pretty great. And together with all that, it has some basic but very good safety features, such as the safety lock, active position protection using the stepper motors as some sensors, sloping position protection, exposure duration detection, and more. And obviously you also have the emergency stop. Another thing that I like is the easy use of the rotating axis, because you already have the connector output, so you don't need to change anything on the main board. Just plug the rotating axis part and flip the switch from linear to rotary, and that's it. In just a few seconds you could now engrave over cylinder parts. Okay guys, now let's make some tests. You could use Lightburn, which is a paid software, or Laser GRBL, which is free. And later we will also try out the smartphone app. So download and install Laser GRBL. Import a picture, select the size, the power and the speed. For my test I've made a circle at 400mm per minute and 40% power. It didn't go through the 3mm plywood, but that's normal at 40% power. So I've placed the power at 100% and also lowered the speed at 300mm per minute. And this time it went right through without any problem and in just a few seconds. And the cut is very precise. So I've increased the speed at 400mm per minute, but this time it almost passed through the 3mm plywood. So the best results with this material was at 300mm per minute and full power and only one loop. It only took a few seconds to cut a 5 cm diameter circle. And then I've tested with some 5mm plywood. At 300mm per minute and 100% power, it went right through. So the power and precision is amazing. The cut is very fine. I don't have a 10mm plywood, but I can place two of these on top of each other and get the 10mm. I place it like this over two wood blocks so we can see when the laser is passing through the other side. As you can see, at the second loop, the laser was already passing to the other side at 300mm per minute and 100% power. It's amazing! In just a few seconds, you could cut 10mm plywood without any problems, and I bet we can go even further. I've made 3 loops just to be sure, but anyway, I'm more than satisfied. Also, I can notice that the cut is more precise than with the other lasers. It seems that the laser dot is a lot smaller. To test the limits, let's try on this hardwood of 2 cm. This should be interesting. I've placed around 20 loops to make sure. And guys, this is amazing. At around 16 loops, you can see the light below, meaning that it passed through. And this is hardwood. After it finished, as you can see, it almost cut through all of it, maybe with a few more loops. I cut the wood in half to see the depth. And yes, we can see the line till the other side. Maybe with some more powerful air assist it could be done. But what I'm amazed about is how fine is the line, because that means that the laser dot is very small, which is a very good thing for precision. And the line is very fine even at the bottom part, because usually lasers create a cone shape, getting bigger and bigger as it goes downwards. So let's try other stuff, for example engraving. I've made this Nikola Tesla picture to be engraved line by line. I will use this wood circle. I think that it turned out great, at 6 lines per millimeter. And increasing the lines would take longer, but you could get better details. And then I engraved this pattern from white to black at 5000 mm per minute. We get a decent contrast, right? I've then tried at lower power and higher speed, and as you can see the contrast is lower. So you need to play with the settings and write down your results for future engravings. Another cool part is the easy use of the roller axis. You get the roller and just plug the stepper motor cable into the YRR connector. Then just flip the switch to YRR, and as you can see, instead of moving the Y-axis, now we have a rolling axis for engraving cylinder stuff. I first made some tests with this wood tube, but I had a small problem. Because in order to print at that height, I had to suspend the machine over some plastic parts to get the clearance. And these are not steady at all, so the machine moves a lot, so the engraved design was also moving at the same time, so we need a heavier support. But if it weren't for that, I could easily print over round parts. Then I've painted with black paint a glass jar, so it will absorb all the laser heat. So let the paint to dry a few hours. You could also use some acrylic paint if you want. And then I've used the roller and engraved over it. And this process looks very cool, because you can see the blue light all over the places. So make sure that you wear your safety glasses. Anyway, after the process was finished, I cleaned the paint and we got this. And amazing! I was able to engrave over clear glass. And this gives us so many possibilities. And it was quite quick, only around 1 minute or so. As you can see, I've made this engraving 2 times, and the second time was at a higher speed, but it still turned out great. And this is not dirt over the glass, it's engraved into the glass. Pretty nice. Okay, so I don't have leather, but I do have this leather belt from a watch. And I was able to cut through with only 1 loop. So have in mind you can easily cut leather as well. So what can this engraver do? I've tried to engrave a big picture with laser GRBL. It was all going very well, but as you can see at some point, the cable from the laser got disconnected, and I had to plug it back. I have to place the wire better, so it won't get hung to the frame. But without paying attention to that error, the design turned out okay in around 55 minutes. And this is a big design, and I went at only 5000 mm per minute. I've also made a small engraving over a metal sheet painted with black paint. As with previous tests, this turned out great, but I have to say that the details are better than usual because of the smaller laser dot. So guys, using this machine you can cut hardwood up to even 2 cm with a bunch of loops. But remember that I was able to cut through 10mm plywood without any problems, and maybe even more. 10mm plywood is quite useful for making projects, because it's hard enough to create all sorts of frames. So you can cut acrylic, leather, cork, plastic and rubber. You could engrave over cylinder shapes with the roller mode very easily. You could engrave huge designs because it has a very big engraving area, and you can easily engrave over clear glass, and that's pretty cool. And remember that it's very easy to assemble, and it has a very cool app. So download this app to your smartphone. It's very easy to connect. And once connected, this app is very well made, not like the other attempts. You can control the machine from here in real time. And you could also create some G-codes from pictures and send those directly to the engraver from your phone. I finally have a decent engraver app that could be useful. So guys, that's pretty much it. The parts that I like, well, the frame and the entire design are awesome, and the power is even more than that. I was quite amazed that I was able to cut through that thickness. I also like the laser precision and the small spot. I like the easy mode for the roller option, just plug in the wire and start engraving. And I also like the huge area and safety features. But one part I don't like is that it doesn't have any tall legs for supports for printing taller parts. You always have to add something below, but it's not that big of a problem. You can always find something to put below, right? I hope this video will give you an idea about this product, in case that you want to buy one. You have the links below. So thanks again, and see you later guys. Hey, so one more video that ends, I hope that you like it. Okay, so listen, if you want to buy my merch, my t-shirts, you have the links below for my shop, and I promise that I will make more designs. And also maybe you would comment below which one you like more and what more designs you would like to see, because in that way I could start designing them and post my new t-shirts. So thank you for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.